Alright, well today we're talking about graphing inequalities. Let's start off with first reminding what are inequalities. Inequalities, if you remember, are kind of like the alligator. Do I have a greater than symbol where the alligator's face is facing left? Do I have a less than symbol where the alligator's face is facing right? And then we have greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, all that. So stuff like, let me get my pen, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Alright, so we're going to review these. Again, it's greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So these are the inequalities that we're going to work with. Today we're working with graphing them. Let's talk about greater than and less than. So I think the easiest way to do it is to just go ahead and start with a problem, and I'm going to teach you as I walk through the problem. So let's start with x is greater than 0. So x is a variable. Remember, a variable stands for some number, and we have to make it greater than 0. Inequalities are all kind of about true and false. Can I make this statement x is greater than 0 true? Then that's what I want to do. So what you need is a number line. What you do is you take the number and you put it somewhere in the middle of your number line. So I have 0, so I'm going to put 0 right here. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Then I look at this symbol. In this case, it's a greater than symbol. With a greater than symbol or a less than symbol on the number, I put an open circle. So greater than or less than, I put an open circle on the number. If it's greater than, I need to figure out what set of numbers on which side of the number makes it true. Does 1, 2, 3, 4, are they greater than 0? Or is negative 1, negative 2, negative 3 greater than 0? And you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, that is greater than 0. 1 is greater than 0. So I shade this section of my number line. Alright, and then I'm done. So 2 is greater than 0. 3 is greater than 0. 3.5 is greater than 0. That's why we shade the entire section of the number line over there. Let's do one that is x is less than negative 2. So I'm going to have a number line. In the middle I'm going to put negative 2, and then we'll finish it out. Negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. Since I have greater than or less than is an open circle. Now I have less than. So which group of numbers, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, is that less than negative 2? Or is negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, are those less than negative 2? Well, negative 3 is less than negative 2. So I'm going to shade the left-hand side. Alright? I shade it just like that, because these numbers, this set of numbers, makes this statement true. Another quick tip, as long as you have your variable on the left-hand side and your number on the right-hand side, you can see it shows me which way I need to shade. I need to shade that way. Whoop. I need to shade this way. Alright, let's talk about greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. Alright, the only difference between these and greater than and less than is that instead of an open circle, we have a closed circle. Alright, this is a solid, and that represents the equal to part. So, again, let's do an example. X is greater than or equal to, the little bar down here tells me it's equal to or equal to 4. So in the middle of my number line, we put 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 2, 1. On 4, I'm going to put a solid circle because it has the or equal to part. When you have the or equal to, you put the solid circle. Now I'm going to shade left, or I'm going to shade right. Is 5 greater than or equal to? Is 6 greater than or equal to? Or is 3 and 2 greater than or equal to? Well, 5 is greater than or equal to. And you can see the little greater than symbol shows me, since I have my variable on the left-hand side, shows me to shade that way. Let's do another one. X is less than or equal to 9. So I have my number line. I'll put 9 right here. 10, 11, 12, 13, 8, 7, 6. On number 9, I put a solid circle. And then which side do I shade? Well, it's less than. Less than means left, as long as I have a variable on the right-hand side. Or left-hand side, excuse me. Alright, so there we go. So we've done a few examples. Let's do a few more. Y is less than or equal to negative 6. So in the middle I put negative 6, negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 7, negative 8, negative 9. Am I going to use a solid circle or an open circle? I'm going to put a solid circle on negative 6. That or equal to sign tells me it's solid. Y is less than or equal to negative 6. Negative 7 is less than or equal to negative 6. I always want to check those numbers. Does that make sense? That's always a question I want to ask myself. Does that make sense? And there we go. How about J is greater than or 107? Alright, so I just put 107, 108, 109, 110, 11, 106, 105. See, it doesn't matter how big the number is. We set it up like this. Do I have an open circle or a closed circle? It is an open circle. Do I shade left or right? Right. I shade to the right. Alright, there we go. So I shade it where the numbers keep getting larger. 2 more examples. So the 2 I'm going to put in the middle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 0, negative 1. Open circle or closed circle? Open circle. Alright. Do I shade left or right? Which numbers are less than? Good. I go left. Alright. So left, right, like that. 1 is less than 2. So if I substitute it in, the open mouth is facing the greater number. That makes it true. Negative 10, it goes in the middle. Then I go negative 9, negative 8, negative 7, negative 6, negative 11, negative 12, 13. Open circle or closed circle? Closed circle. Do I shade left or right? Right. Alright. Good. So hopefully those are making sense. If they aren't, I'm available for questions when you see me next. Have a great evening.